Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the ANOKHI Uncensored show, where I'll be sharing some space to discuss the poignant film Call Me Dancer, which Deadline calls astonishing. And by the way, it's me, Raj Gurn. I hope you're having the best day ever. I want to talk about this incredible film. It's an hour and 24 minutes long, and it is executive produced by two of my longtime friends, two of my favorite people, publicist and film festival owner Jitan Hingarani, an internationally renowned, multi-award winning musical artist, my guy, Jay Sean. Jay is joining me today with the film's protagonist, who the story is all about, the multidisciplinary dancer, Manish Chauhan. Guys, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to do this today.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. Thank you, Raj.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to start by congratulating you guys. I mean, how many awards are you guys winning, like everywhere around the world? Let's talk a little bit about why, first of all, Jay, did you decide that this story compelled you enough to executive produce it? I know you, sweetheart. Yeah. You are so picky. You are so particular. So there had to be something about this that just really, really called you to want to kind of, pick up the baton. Talk to me about that.
Honestly, it spoke to me because I feel like it spoke my story too. I love the story of the underdog, the guy that everyone, thinks is crazy for having such a big dream. But, the guy who has an undeniable love and passion for what he does, and to see that through and see where that's going to end up against all odds. Those are my favorite kind of stories because that was my story.
Yes.
Everyone thought I was nuts when I said, I'm going to be a pop star. And they're like, yeah, okay, mate. Yeah, well done. But nothing stopped me. I loved it so much. And if this is all we got, if this is all we have, why not go for it? And that's why when I saw Manish doing what he was doing, I just thought this is such a beautiful story.
Absolutely. It's interesting because you call the story akin to the Rocky Balboa story. Yeah. These are your words, the classic underdog story, as you talked about. What is it about the underdog that specifically speaks to you, Jay? I mean, you've kind of touched upon it a little bit, but the day-to-day grind is a lot more than just like a sentence of, well, I went against the grain. And I did my thing. Can you share a little bit about that? Because you've had over 20 years of that.
Yeah. I think the reason why Rocky, for example, struck such a chord with everybody is because he was your average layman. He was your average dude that most people would just walk past and not really sort of pay much attention to. And he speaks, I think, to a majority of the world who quietly, secretly have a dream. And sometimes don't want to share it because people around you might talk you off it and say, come on, man, pick a sensible job, pick a sensible girlfriend, pick a sensible place to live, whatever it is. So much of the time we're led by other people's views and other people's opinions of how we should be living our life. So much. You look on social media and you could have one vision of how, you want your life to be. And then you're scrolling and you're looking at all these other people living a different life. And you're like, well, actually, maybe I'm crazy for thinking I should be doing this. Maybe I should be doing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But I've never believed in that. I've always thought, walk the path less traveled. And I think that that's, something that my dad has always ingrained in me. My dad's a big dreamer too, and I think that's where I get it from too.
And yeah, I love that because it's quite similar to Manish as well, the support that, he got from his grandmother. It's almost like you need that one ember of light to kind of fire, your belief that you have a right to do something that maybe most people haven't done. Manish, I got to go to you. First of all, what I want to say to you is, wow. Wow. What a journey you've had, sweetheart. Against so many more, challenges than perhaps people like Jay, myself, people that, live in Western countries. There's always a lot more of a support system in other ways outside of the family dynamic, right? That kind of pushes along. And even, Jay, you've mentioned it. We talk about this all the time, within the South Asian community. When you don't see yourself, which is what it was for you, what it was for me in the media world, you don't really know what the right way is of doing anything. It's the passion and the support you get that kind of fuels the fire. For you, Manish, you had so much less resources to support your belief and your passion. I want to ask you, first of all, I want to thank you for fighting the good fight so we can tell this story today. You know, it's an important one to tell. And it's one that anyone that has very adverse situations, right? But these lofty dreams that Jay just, was speaking of, we want to be able to give them some idea that they can do and they can be what they are destined to be. I want to ask you, with all of what you had going on at the beginning of your journey, why dance? Why that for you?
For me, like I was in the beginning in the school, I was not very well known. I was not happy what I was doing. Like I was studying because my parents told me to study and I want to get pass with good marks, like average marks, but it was not interest me, not even a sports. I never even run a simple race or something like that. So for me, it was like my life was just going. But then I saw a movie, the Akshay Kumar, he was doing a backflip in Aflatun. And I heard that he really did that because I was like, they have a body doubles or something, but the people told me that he really backflip. I'm like, such a big hero. If he can do, then I can do it too. And I will get noticed by it with my school people, with the girls and all.
I love that.
I wanted to get noticed. So I started learning backflip. And then I did a backflip and I started getting noticed. I wanted to do more. And then I started doing head spins and all. And it started making me happy because I feel that this is my place where I will be get noticed and people will be like, know me, what I am. And the whole reason was it made me happy. And I wanted to do that. Like nothing more than that. It was just, it really made me happy. And it really gave me I wanted to do that. And I want to go against everything to do this.
I love what you're saying there, Manish, because that's the fundamental kind of, ground zero for most of us in life, right? That absolute desire where you know that you only have a plan A. You don't have a plan B, right?
Yes,
so that
right.
You've got to make this happen because there isn't another, choice
Option,
for you in your life. Exactly. And I get that. I understand what you're saying. And I know that so many people watching, listening, and reading this need to hear this today, need to listen to this today, because maybe they're just standing at the crossroads of their life wondering, is the passion project worth it? Is all of what I've got to go through worth it? And that's what this story, this film, your story is going to inspire people to make the decision that's right for them. And the decision isn't always, leading with passion. Some people have to go the other route. But the thing about this film that I think is really fundamental is it helps you understand how to make the right decision for you. I feel that it really does speak in that manner. So I want to ask you this. The support that you got from your grandmother, it's such an important part for me, as a woman. Tell me why that was important in those early days when nobody was seeing the vision. What was it about her support that helped you keep going?
Yes. So in India, we know that in India, we respect our elders and we listen to them. So in my whole family, my grandmother is the most elderest. So I know that if I speak to my grandmother, my father will let me do what I'm doing because she will speak to him, because my mom can't speak to my father that let him do dance, but his mom can speak to him. So that was
smart.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll make my way around. I'll go to grandmother and I also very shy to speak to my father that let me do this because he's taking loans and everything to put me in school. And then I'm going to say that, okay, no, I want to go and dance rather than like studying that you took all the loans. So that was the thing. But when she told me and then she speak to my father, also, there was a many other incident like my sister, she was sick and I have to go to the hospital, but I also can't miss the classes. But I have to make that decision because also have a family responsibility, and in India we prefer family is one of the most important thing. They are your pillar, they are your support. So
Yes.
that time I did leave dancing, and I was like, okay, maybe it's not maybe meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be dancer, and I left, and I didn't went to the classes for a month. I stay home, and my sister got well, but I was very unhappy because
Mm-hmm.
I told you, like, first time the dance make me so happy, and I wanted to do and preserve it, but I gave it away because of family, and I started looking unhappy. And then my mom, first time she spoke to my father, and she told he sometimes sulks when he sleep, like, because we used to sleep on the floor and we sleep together, and I sleep next to my mom, so
Yeah.
she might heard me sulking, and she spoke to my father. Is like, he's really sad and we should talk to him. So that time, first time my father came to me and spoke to me, he's like, okay, listen, Manish, we don't have a lot of money, we don't have our own house, we just have one taxi. I'll take
Mm-hmm.
loan on it, and whichever school you want to go, you can go in India. So that's the
Wow.
first time my father told me that I will support you in his own way. And that was a big thing for me, because first time my father, like, who I was scared that he will not let me do it, he told me that, no, I will support you, and I will put our bread and butter, our taxi in a loan and for your dream. We never did that, but that gave me so much encouragement. Then I went to the studio back. Yehuda was not happy with me because I missed classes,
Yeah.
but I was so much pumped up that I did it like a lot much better that I was doing. And one day he came to me and he's like, you look very different, you want me to apply for a scholarship? I'm like, yes, yes, of course. So yeah, the parent support matters a lot,
Mm-hmm.
especially the father, I guess, because for me, because I was not that open with him.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. And
yeah.
it's interesting you're saying that, because even Jay, said a little earlier on that, having that alignment with his father was important. His father also, like him, had the same kind of perspectives of following your passion. Jay, I want to throw it back to you as we're getting, there's just so much to talk about, but I know that we've got to, round this up a little bit. I want to ask you fundamentally, from your perspective, if you weren't an executive producer and you went and you were an audience member, what is it that you feel everybody out there watching this story should get out of it? What is that one big fundamental thing?
Yeah, I think that it tugs on your heartstrings. You see Manish in his family environment. You see him with his parents, and you see him with his humble beginnings, and then you see him on these big grand stages. In New York and in DC, and it just makes you feel like, if you ever feel invisible, if you ever feel like the world can't see your talent or your dreams, that there are ways, if you stick with it, that you could get to that end goal if you just stick with it. And no matter how hard things get, life is hard. Life
Mm-hmm.
is not easy for anyone. Even the
Mm-hmm.
people that you see who are killing it, supposedly killing it, you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know what it took them to get there. This film is an expose about that. It shows how difficult it can be. And I think that's kind of really interesting, gives you a sneak peek as to what it takes to get to your dream.
And folks, you get the opportunity to see this film. The film will be in limited release in theaters across North America from December the 15th to the 21st. And it'll also be in Canada, in Vancouver, and in Toronto at the beginning of January. So we will give you more heads up there. Go to callmedancer.com to grab your tickets now. Jay, Manish, what are any final words to encourage people to go and support this film in theater? Please share that before we close off.
Go on, Manish, you're the star of this movie.
So, hi everyone. Please come to watch my movie. And it's not just about dance, it's about art. So please come and support art. And we really need support, because this difficult time, everything is coming up. And we need some happy movies. And it's a feel good movie. And I hope when you leave the theater, you will have something and to think about and to appreciate yourself. So please come, and I will be there in the screenings, and I will see you there. So I'll see you there, yeah.
Big plus right there. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
I have nothing. Look at that. I have nothing else to add. What a charming, endearing character Manish is. You know, he's a lovely guy, and it's a beautiful movie. So come on, watch it. It will put a smile on your face.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. I adore you both.
Oh, thank you, Raj, my darling.
Love you. Thank you so much. Please support the film, guys. You know it's important. It's important for the underdog. It's important for anyone out there that needs to have that ember of light to know that, you know, they do deserve to follow their passion. They are here and destined to be the greatest version of themselves. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on another edition of the ANOKHI Uncensored show. Mwah.
I want to dance. I really want to dance, and I'm doing everything for it. My father's a taxi driver, and my grandfather was also a taxi driver. They always told me this is the hobbies for rich children, not for us. I can't give up. I'll keep dancing. That's when I met Yehuda.
No, what you don't understand is what I'm screaming over and
He make everyone cry.
You're not working.
I trained him physically very hard.
Up and feet.
He said, I saw something in you.
I really want him to get a professional job. You're ready, you're 20, you don't have the time, you're not schoolboy. As you are now, you're a dancer that look for a job.
It's my career, but with that money, I can help my parents.
The audition कितनी थी ना? तो ना project जितने पर Japan से तो दे देनी.
Meant to be done for, maybe not now, I don't know.
I had to really think how I can help you without break you.
I'm gonna really work hard. Not just hard, smartly hard. People used to think like I'm just the acrobat. I was like, I don't want to be acrobat, I want to be a dancer. Call me dancer.